Hello, and welcome to my traditional family Suburban. Like the Suburban family estate, this project was a build request, and for more information on how you can request a build created by me, visit my webpage linked down below. Now on to the house. This is one of the largest homes I have ever made, and features 5 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms. Among the 5 bedrooms are a teen room, kid room, nursery, guest room, and master bedroom. This house also has rooms such as a 3-car garage, formal dining room, office, rec room, outdoor kitchen, and my favorite room in the house, the unfinished storage room. Stay tuned for floor plans and voiceover, and enjoy the tour.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
Hello, and welcome to the voiceover of part 1 for the Suburban, I'm already messing up at saying this, the traditional family Suburban. Now, this is going to be a bit different from my usual voiceovers because I actually have Levi, who I built the house for, and Alex, who I built the previous home, which was the Suburban family estate for. So, if y'all would like to say hello.
Hello.
Right now, I do apologize in advance if the audio just doesn't sound right. I'm clearly a professional at this. But yeah,
compared to us.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to turn this up.
We literally tried a whole intro together and it just didn't work.
Yeah,
it was scrapped. It was like chaos.
It was a solid, a solid like 4 or 5 attempts, and then it just didn't happen.
Might as well just let Jack do it because he's a professional at this.
Yeah, some of my past voiceovers are just, they're so good.
I don't know how he does it.
I know, Levi, you've seen the house because it's literally on your plot. But Alex, how much of this house have you seen? Like,
he's seen the whole
thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I toured it when it was done.
Oh yeah, I do remember that now.
We're like best friends now. We're like best friends. You want to call it that?
So since this is like the start, figured, what is y'all's favorite room in the house? Because there are quite a few.
I have a few. I really like the living room.
That's what I was gonna say. I think the 2-height living room probably is my favorite.
The living room with the I'm not gonna say any spoilers. I cannot.
I know that.
Spoilers.
That bedroom off the living room. I think that's probably the favorite room. I really like that.
I do really like that bedroom, even if it is just copy and pasted upstairs.
Just something about it. I like it.
Yeah.
It is pretty good.
It's also pretty nice. I'm
but
not
yeah,
gonna give any spoilers, so you know.
Well, we made it a whole 3 minutes in almost without crumbling, so that was better than our first 3 attempts.
That is very true. To be honest, okay, so I built the traditional family home. I have no idea how Jack does the custom roofs. They are so hard.
I hate doing them. This house was so weird.
A funny attempt. Okay, so at the start of the house, I was on vacation. So when we were doing this, I was part in the car and part out at a condo. So we talked about this earlier, but when I was in the car, not in the car, at the hotel, Jack was he said he was available, so we were starting on the house and I disconnected as soon as he started building. It was so irritating. I thought I was going to disconnect it forever.
I think I've got a solid 10 or 15 minutes of sped up footage, and then you'll see the house just disappear, and the recording almost stops immediately.
Yeah, because it disconnected.
I'm just sitting there working on a staircase and the house just vanished.
I don't want to give any spoilers, but I don't think this is, but so Jack said we were building and I disconnected because I was in the car on my way home. It was a 7.5 hour drive. It was a long drive. It was really just long and boring. Luckily I had my phone and Wi-Fi in the car.
Yeah.
What's y'all's opinions on Whataburger?
I've never had them. I don't think I can give that opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a really weird question, but we're just gonna flow with it.
Honestly,
Sure.
I didn't really understand. I didn't really understand what you said. Like,
I said, what's your opinion on Whataburger?
Whataburger?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever ate there.
I
Because
have.
Yeah.
It's okay if you get a milkshake there. Their milkshakes are really good.
I honestly don't know where a Whataburger is where I would be able to eat there. So
It's okay. It depends what you get.
okay, Levi,
But
I know you were
headphones out of
working. Yeah,
my headphones keep falling out of my ears.
I know you were working on the roof trim for the traditional family home earlier, and this
Yeah,
house was about the
I
same as that.
cannot-
It was so awful.
Yeah, well, the layout, it's just way bigger. At first, I didn't like how big the garage was, but when Jack did like all his special garage stuff, I actually liked it.
I worked my magic
Yeah.
on it.
I think if you build this, you're definitely gonna enjoy it.
I do think this
Yeah,
is
it's a
one of my
very nice
best
house.
houses.
To me, I think that I have two favorite builds. I really like the out of it's not gonna be mine, but I like the Craftsman's and the estate. I just think the Craftsman's way too hard to build for me.
Yeah, that
My
house was
opinion.
kind of weird. All of my houses are weird, honestly.
No, they're not weird. They're just really good.
Thank you.
Your house is really good.
We
love
got
your
this
houses.
house done in the span of like a week. It was crazy.
This was
Yeah.
my first house that I made actually over summer break. So like I actually had time to work on the house without having to deal with schoolwork.
Yeah, and I also had a lot of time to work on it because I was on the road, so I had a lot of free time.
It kind of worked out,
Yeah.
and
I know where I
The pathway for this house I really enjoyed. I don't know why.
it's just a nice
it's a
big
big
rectangle.
driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get a lot of cars out there.
When I make houses, I always try to do like for like the pathway up to the front door. I always try to rent a porch. I try to like make a
Yeah.
curvy path.
Mm-hmm.
I like the curvy paths. Those are nice.
Like with this house, I always try to do something like that.
Yeah, I've got to the point where like all of the building advisors are like, don't make your path square, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm making it a rectangle. Because honestly, like those kind of look more realistic. Because most driveways are just a rectangle.
A couple days ago, I think it was like yesterday. We were in a call from like 1 to 2 in the morning.
It was so
and I was
chaotic.
this house. I was like, this house is like a countryside house and a house you would see in the neighborhood. It's a mixture of both to me.
Yeah. I feel like I'd see this house in like a neighborhood.
You could probably see me chatting a lot.
Yeah, I still haven't really found that right balance between like answering the chat and just building. So
I try to chat to Jack like every time because every time I'm just sitting in the car being like, what do? I just watch him build.
I remember I asked you if you.
I don't work for money when they went off and build.
What were you saying, Jack?
This is where I was asking you if you would like to have like hurricane gray for the outside, and then you're like, actually, I'd like cloudy gray better. And then I made the whole house cloudy gray, and like the second day that I was working on it, I went and changed the entire color scheme.
If you watch, the second day was like a really big improvement because that's when he was like starting, not just working on a roof. He was actually doing like windows, like interesting stuff.
This house was part 2 of broken custom windows.
I have been waiting, so I've been waiting for this build for a while. I was like, I wonder when Jack's gonna post this. He told me Saturday. I was like, oh, okay. And then he was like, he couldn't fit. Okay, so listen. So I was at my dad's the time that he was editing this house. So when me and Jack were chatting for like hours.
We had nothing to do.
I forgot what day it was. I think it was Friday.
That sounds about right.
Before, it was Thursday. Thursday.
I think it was Friday because I was just in the car. No, it was Thursday.
No. It was Thursday because remember you were waiting for like the starter house renovation.
Yes,
to
because I spent
finish,
all
like,
day editing that
rendering.
video.
And then we were chatting for like 2 to 3 hours. And it was like, what's it called? We were just talking about random stuff, like, and I asked him when this was going to be uploaded, and he stayed up till like 1 a.m. editing this, like, the starter house. It was insane. He put a lot of editing effort into that house.
And
That's a really good video.
it kind of has paid off because at the time of recording this, which is probably not going to change overnight, but it is at, it's already past 4,000 views in 4 days. That is crazy.
Wow.
How?
1,000?
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people like the, like, just casual videos with you talking when you're building, you know? A lot of people.
Yeah, just more of like a commentary process.
I like listening.
It's like
one of my favorite that Jack does on the outside is the garages, because on the garage he makes it look like an actual garage you'll see in person.
I love the windows.
And I do not claim this idea. I did originally see it on one of Isaac Build's his houses, but he only did it like a few times and then started making garage doors out of shapes. And
I would never try.
And I'm like, okay, I want a functional door.
Okay, so today Jack was he was working on another house, but sadly it was footage got whatever.
Funny story.
When
my computer just stopped recording and didn't tell me. And it was me like making windows and actually making some of the structure of the house.
He just finished it today. It was like it's a really good house, but I was talking about colors with them. We were all in a call and we were talking about colors, and I was like, Jack does like this other modern type style, like what he did for the starter house renovation. He was doing like mid-gray carpet, and I was like, I prefer cloudy gray carpet, like cloudy gray walls, because I'm not much of a modern guy.
I don't know. Like I can go either way, modern or traditional.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really matter, I think.
It was actually supposed to be recording this. I was supposed to be doing this on my computer, but I had to get off, so I have to do this on my phone.
Ooh. Okay,
it's still okay, wait, hold on. These stairs I was so confused with because this was like I think the first day, and Jack was doing the stairs, and I was like, I saw a cube, and I was like, why is he doing cubes? He probably does planks.
The beams, if you're watching like right here, you can actually see my camera where the beams were just not lining up. And it was becoming almost impossible to place, so I was having to do this really janky way of like placing the things to cover up the holes. I'm being really great at explaining this.
And then you'll see Jack, he stops the recording or whatever.
Or I like zoom back and then it just disappears.
Yeah.
It's actually right up here, like right after this.
But you know, these stairs actually turned out really well. If you like the sunken basements that Jack does, you're gonna like the basement or whatever. I still think Alex's basement or the sunken backyard was way better.
That was a really cool house. I'm so proud of that one.
It's a really cool backyard.
It may have cost over 500,000, but
this build actually was not supposed to cost 703,000. It was way bigger than me and Jack expected it was going to be. It was supposed to be like, I don't know, Craftsman size, like the 610K Craftsman size.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like 500,000-ish.
Yeah, but you know, I'm glad I worked for 800K. If you look at the budget, you'll see he's working with like 800K.
And I've already spent like almost 100,000.
It costs 703K in my bills. I just want to let you know, the bills are really expensive. They're $4,000 if you build this house.
That's crazy. I think,
$4,000. I have to work constantly just for that money.
and I feel really bad about that because like I used to be able to make an affordable house and like not compromise on anything, and now like I make a decent sized family home and it's 700,000. But I guess
but there's just a lot of realistic stuff in it.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so when Jack does custom windows, I'm always so bad at them. I always am like, I have to use a small grid because the medium-sized grid just never lines up.
It's broken. It's been broken ever since like really ever since
when you were starting
April-ish, because it was fine with the chic modern farmhouse. Like it still worked then. It was like the greenhouse update that broke it. When they added all of that stuff, it just hasn't worked the same since.
I'm not going to give too many spoilers, but Jack, if you want to mention this, you can, but don't you have another build coming? If it's going to be a speed build?
I have a few other builds coming. One of them I am going to keep secretive, but I do have a affordable build coming, if that's the one that you're referring to. Because the house I made today is not going to be a speed build.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, he has an actual.
There it is.
Build.
That was it. Where you just see the house disappear. I was in the middle of making a window.
These windows turned out really good in my opinion. Especially, okay, what makes the living room so special is that he does the four big windows in the back. So
just the whole giant window.
Yeah. I love those windows. It brings so much light.
Here is where you can actually start to see the build like coming.
It actually looks like a house now.
You actually look at it and it looks like the house. Now the color scheme a little weird because it definitely does not match the actual house that was in the reference photo.
Yeah,
I
do have the reference photo. I still have it saved, but it was supposed to be more of that cloudy gray look.
Yeah, it was more like all cloudy gray.
Yeah, and then honestly, like,
I'm actually way less nervous than I thought I was gonna be.
it's just like talking, except you have something to talk about, which I always manage to get off track.
So earlier today, we came up with a plan. We already told you guys, but it was like when with the whole like big hello thing in the beginning, we were all gonna say it.
Yeah, we were all gonna be in sync, and we just never could get it to work.
Yeah, every time Jack started talking, I wasn't paying attention, and then I would start late, and it just wouldn't work.
It was honestly kind of funny though.
It took way too long to get it perfect.
Okay, with the basement stairs, I was so confused where they were gonna be because at first I was like, are they gonna be in the garage? And I was like, no. So then I looked under the stairs, and they're obviously just gonna be under the stairs, like what Jack normally does.
I honestly love doing custom stairs like that because then you can just because it's more realistic. Like you can have your basement stairs directly underneath your stairs that go upstairs.
Okay, so when he was doing this door, I was like, this isn't the normal door that Jack does. And I was like, And then I looked at his other builds. I was like, oh, he does do this door.
Yeah, I think I do this in every single build.
You do the panel door.
I think he did that door on my house as well.
I feel bad for some of the people. If you have Bloxburg's good because some of the stuff in the house costs Bloxburg's like outside. I'm not gonna give spoilers, but some stuff outside costs.
You've seen the tour. If you're watching to this point, you've seen the tour. So
yeah. It was the slushy machines outside, and they cost, or what was it? I think it was the slushy machines, right?
Yeah, you did have a few slushy machines that I incorporated in.
Funny thing, when he was doing the backyard that day, I actually got inconveniently 2,000 Bloxburgs that day, so. And it was when he was doing the office too. No, what were you saying, Alex?
I'm saying I really like that part where the slushy machines are. I didn't realize that when I toured it first, but I saw it again. I really like that part. Cool, that's that. It's nice.
Sorry if you hear background noise. It's my sister calling for her dad.
And there's
Sorry
also
about
my
that.
fridge running in the background. It always likes to just
I can-
inconveniently run.
What's funny right now, is that you may think we're on like a Zoom call or something. We're actually in a Discord call.
We're so
Somehow Jack figured
professional.
out.
Okay, I have a
No,
very
that's
janky
like
way of
nothing.
doing this. I have on the Discord call screen sharing, and
Yeah.
I don't have any headphones connected, so what they're saying is just coming out of my computer speakers, and I'm recording with that microphone, so it's just... It took me a while to figure out that I could actually do that. But yeah, if anybody wants to try the same thing, give me credit.
We actually, Jack came up with the idea to make me in a speed build. Or he was talking to Trinity about it. I was like, I kind of want to be in my speed build now. And then Alex joins, and I was like, do you want to be in it?
Mhm. Mhm.
I mean, it just like came all together kind of like today, I guess.
Yeah. It all really
You're
happened
playing-
happen today, Wolfie.
We were playing
house
with each
too.
other basically all day because Jack,
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to tell this, but you
When
he was mowing the grass.
when I cut myself on the lawnmower.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was really interesting.
So I have just like a regular
like-
push mower,
Yeah.
and I was pulling back the little thing to crank it up, but my hand wasn't putting enough force on like the actual mower itself. So when I pulled the string to crank up the lawnmower, like the entire mower just came with it, and it slammed into my leg. So now I will probably have a bruise there, and it bled for several minutes.
If you ever like get a build request by Jack, you have to ask him to see his cats. Because his cats are so
Definitely.
adorable.
My cats actually aren't in here with me right now. I'm kind of sad about that.
It's actually okay. So if you saw the lighting part, it was a difficult struggle because I didn't know what lighting, like dark lighting was and light lighting was. So he was trying to figure that out. And also with the trash cans, when I was doing like a revamp of the traditional family home, and I did not know how to do the trash cans. I was so confused about it.
It's really weird because you kind of
Because if
gotta,
you do near the mailbox, like clip.
you
Yeah.
gotta bring the mailbox like over to the side.
You gotta like. Mm-hmm. It's exactly what you gotta do. Yeah,
What's it
and then-
called? So, you can go, Alex.
But yeah, today he also finished another speed build. It's actually a speed build for my sister.
Well, not really speed
Which
build.
sadly was that.
It's
No,
like-
it wasn't a speed build. It was a build. It was just a build.
There will be a
What was
tour
it
of it.
called?
I don't know when, but there will be. And pictures on Instagram. Shameless plug, if you have not already, because most of you have not, go follow me on Instagram, because I actually upload pictures of my builds there. And I never advertise
Okay,
it.
listen.
Yeah.
So with the upstairs, it was just like open. Like I wanted like a door because Jack normally with his builds, he normally adds like an opening upstairs to like more room.
hmm
Like I was like, I kind of want that. And I was like, can you make that possible by any chance? I was like, if you can't, it's okay.
It just provides a nice little separation.
I've already done a few role plays in this house, and people when I go to like city hall or whatever to get them or whatever, they're like, and I come back to my house, they're like, "Whoa, your house is this big?"
It is a very massive house.
Everyone calls
Yeah,
me rich when they come see my house.
I mean,
They're
to be
like,
fair,
"You must be
you have
rich."
cars on it, and it's worth over $1 million. So,
Yeah, maybe.
okay, so about flooring. Wait, no, we already talked about that. What am I doing?
My layered flooring.
Oh yeah. In the traditional family home, I'm so glad that he talked about how he did his floors and
Yes.
the thing because I was so confused on
too.
how he did them. I was like,
I know. I was so
Ooh.
confused as well.
but now we know he does three things. What was it?
Three
Blocks?
layers
plank.
of dark taupe
It's a
planks, and then 1 layer of dark taupe logs.
Yeah.
Just across the board. Anytime I use wood flooring, it will be that.
If you what's it called? I forgot what I was gonna say. I don't understand how Jack makes like structurals so straight, like beams and everything.
know.
It doesn't make sense to me.
It just takes a lot of practice, and as long as you're doing them on medium grid, like, it's fine. Because
Every time I do one medium grid though, I'm like, this doesn't feel straight, but I feel like it is straight. With these doors, when I was doing the revamp of the traditional family home, it was like, let me see, it was like 1:20 in the morning when I finished it, or 1:30.
Yeah,
and
it was super late.
Yeah, and I what's it called? When I was trying to do the doors with the beam on top, like Jack does, I was trying to do it, and it just kept going down, and I was like,
I hate it when it does that, because sometimes, like with custom doors and windows, structurals just don't cooperate. And
yeah, I feel like there's an update that changed that like, because before they were fun, but now it's like much harder.
With this one that Jack just did, I was like, are you gonna add a roof to the other side? But then when he did like all the other stuff, like the table and everything, it turned out really good.
Okay, this part in the chat where you asked should you do, or like, should you have a pool here? And I was like, it's your choice, and I'm sitting there saying in my head, please no, please no, please no. Because after doing Alex's pool, it was so weird to try to figure that out. And I'm like, I really don't want to do that again.
I'm glad I didn't do a pool, because that would have burned all my money.
Because I did not want like a square pool. Like, I was very strict about, like, I just didn't want a square pool.
Okay, y'all might make fun of me for this, but so what I sometimes do, just like for fun, I don't know why, but like I like to act like I'm role playing in the game, but no one role playing with me. So I go on Jack's server, and then what I do is that I go like, okay, I'm coming to pick you up from school, and you're gonna see the new house, and I'm like, it's so weird. I don't know why I do that.
When I was very little, like 4 or 5, I would always do that with my Hot Wheels on the couch. And I would have like whole storylines going on.
I feel like you should do this for most of the speed builds, Jack, because it seems really much like easier.
There's actually
I feel like because if I was doing this by myself, I would be like, okay, I have to say this, I have to say this, and I can't mess up.
Yeah, it was kind of weird at first, because I'm just sitting here talking to my computer while I watch myself build from 1 month ago. But it's definitely different, like actually having people to talk to.
Yeah.
Because you actually get to see them in game, or whatever you want to call it. It just, so when Jack was talking about screen sharing, we actually get to see the whole speed build ourselves. So I was always confused on how Jack knew what to like talk about, like when he was talking about, let's say, 610K passwords in the toddler room. He was talking about if he did the full-size dress or not. And when he found out he did, he already knew because he got to see the speed build.
Yeah, because
I figured that out first, but I didn't really know.
This is kind of off topic for the build, but not really for the channel. So I've kind of had this thought in the back of my head for a while, but what if I made like a Discord server type thing?
Yeah, you talked to me about that. I was like, yeah, you should. I tried to make you one today if you didn't get the invite.
You mentioned that last night.
I don't know if y'all got the invite, but I tried making a Discord server and it just wasn't working for me.
I kind of have a work in progress of one that I started back in like February, but I haven't really done anything with it. And I just wanted to get y'all's input of like, should I make it? Just because I feel like it would be a bit easier to like have build requests, and like people could send me pictures if they like rebuilt the house. And it would be easier for like me to talk with people.
To me, the thing about that is like, what if multiple people are trying to send one picture out once, you know?
But I'm not.
So with this, when he was doing the hills, when I was like, so I saw like this area over here, what he's doing right now. I was like, is he gonna do another hill over there, or no? Not a hill, when before there was no like other side over there. I was like, is he gonna make another side or not? It was running through my mind, but then I saw he did. And also with the ramps, I was like, they seem kind of like more slanted, like than they normally are. Like they're more down. I feel like. So I was like,
Yeah.
I might change that. But then I was like, no, this actually looks really good.
Yeah, most of my things I
looks
won't finish it unless it looks good, or at least to me.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to let you know you're gonna want to have like 800K for this build because the trees on this build look really good, but they're really
They're so expensive. And I am very much against the decal trees. Like, not for other people doing them, but for me doing them.
I'm very against them as well.
Like, they look...
They're just $40,000 per tree. Like,
and
that's wild.
My resized pine tree is only $2,600, so...
And I think that's a lot.
Helping out the Bloxburg economy.
2,600 like...
Okay, so when Jack did like, the post of Alex's build, with the picture and everything in the backyard, I was like, I wonder what type of picture he's gonna do for mine.
Did I ever do a sneak peek of it? I did.
Yeah, you did. You did the living room because I remember I DM'd you on Discord. I was like, Jack, did you post this?
I'm pretty sure I was
when
like...
Jack is gardening...
You go.
When I do gardening from speed builds, I'm like, I don't want to do it because I feel like I have to follow exactly every move that they do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I
don't know.
I feel like if any of you like want to recreate any of my speed builds that I do,
I just want to say good luck.
Yeah.
Be prepared. Because
be prepared.
My original goal was to make a realistic and detailed house that would be easier to build. But from what I have heard, they are still very hard to make, and I do apologize for that.
I feel like Jack changed a lot. I was like, oh, Jack's finally deciding on a color for the garage. Not really, but like I was thinking about something like that, but then he changed it to white, and I think that matched the house really well.
There was like the contrast between the trim of the garage and the actual like thing itself. And I didn't really like that, and I remembered that I wanted this to be kind of like the traditional suburban home that I made back in August, but just a lot bigger. And so the color scheme on the outside is very similar. And partially why I did that is because...
Basically... You finished your sentence.
And like, partially why I wanted to do that is because I really liked how that house looked. It had like a nice neutral gray. And another reason why I did it is because that is my best performing video to date, and I kind of want this video to do good.
I mean, I think if people really enjoyed the Craftsman's house and the Alex's house was like, it was like in the middle, but it was like way bigger.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah, that house just keeps on going.
If you ever build request by Jack, you get to go in his neighborhood. You actually might see some of maybe us there.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about this, and my neighborhood is set to everyone again, so code is just my channel name, username. So if you want to join the neighborhood, there'll probably be one of us in there, and you can talk, maybe get a sneak peek of a house I'm working on.
But I feel like Jack always says like shameless legs and promotion thing in every speed build. It's iconic.
Yeah.
Speaking of iconic, the mac and cheese speed build.
Oh my.
Okay, if y'all just see a random post of me recreating a mac and cheese lunch in Bloxburg, I'm warning you now.
Can I explain to them what
happened? You can explain it.
Okay, so listen. So I DM'd Jack it was like at night, and I DM'd him what I had for lunch. I think it was that day, and I was like, okay, so I sent him a bowl of mac and cheese, because that's what I had for lunch. I had a Kraft mac and cheese, and then he sent me, after that, he was like, okay, hello, and welcome to part 1. Or no, he was like, hello, welcome to part 3 of the mac and cheese speed build. And this was an interesting experience or something. I was dying laughing.
It's just become a meme between us. Because like,
and then okay, and then remember when I told you I was going to eat hamburgers that night?
and then I'm pretty sure I sent another audio message of, hello, and welcome to part 2 of the hamburger for dinner speed build. This was still an interesting build. I know it's different than what I usually do, but like, I enjoyed it. There's something super generic that I always say like that.
Yeah, I was expecting to say that. I was expecting to say that, but when I joined this, but I was like, no. Okay, this part right here, I was like, okay, so before Jack started doing this little wall thing, my cousin toured the build before he like got all the furniture inside, and he was like, "There's no wall here. That's dangerous." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna ask him to probably make a little tiny wall there or something."
Yeah,
And then I showed him after.
I think it still looks like that in the tour. I don't know.
Yeah, it still does. It still does. I remember.
Alright.
This is the biggest. Okay, this storage room was the biggest Jack's ever done. I swear.
I like unfinished storage rooms. They just look good.
They're humongous.
Like it.
It's crazy. How long? I can't even see how long are we in?
We're almost done.
So
Crap, this is about to finish. Oh my. So I guess we can wrap it up now because we've been recording for 36 minutes and this is 45 minutes. So we're probably almost done. So if y'all would like to say your goodbyes because this is about to end.
Okay, so I just wanna, okay, wait, I'm messing up now.
Well, we made it this long. Fun fact, we're actually re-recording this. Because originally I didn't have enough footage in for the length of VoiceOver, so I added more.
I actually was talking about the storage room, but we're not on the storage room anymore. I don't know if it's still gonna add in the...
We can save that for the next time we record.
But, yeah, I was just saying that the storage room was massive and everything, so... But, I guess, I hope you enjoyed the speed build. I don't want to shove it down your throat like some people do. But, I mean, it's, that's what Jack says, it's down there if you want it.
It's there. If you want it, it's there.
But you don't have to. Let's try to get Jack to like 2,000 subs. He deserves it.
Yeah.
It's really good builds.
That's the next goal.
But this is about to end, so we might as well say our goodbyes.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.
Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next voiceover. Bye.
I've got something for you, and I can hardly breathe. Something draws me to you. It's taking over me.